Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the last and final 100% completion guide video for LEGO Dimensions. Yes, we're finally here. We are ready to rock, and it is time to tackle the Retro Wreckage level, which is, of course, themed for Midway Arcade. And as we make our way through this level and 100% completed, we are done. We cleared out all of the levels to 100% completion, which tomorrow means will be the return of LBA. And we can finally 100% complete the rest of the game, which is going to be hopefully pretty exciting. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like. Let's go ahead and aim for 1,000 likes, and hopefully we can hit that goal. And with that in mind, here we are in the little coin-operated arcade. And there's our gamer guy making his way slowly but surely over to the arcade. Playing some classic games right there. He's got no Pokemon Sun and Moon on that thing. Uh-oh. Yeah, watch out. That's, he's like, yeah, I've been playing games for way too long. Like, this is not normal. Why am I seeing all of these things come to life? This is very weird. Alright, make your way in there, slowly but surely. Peekaboo. Alright, so here we are within the arcade itself, and this is of course going to be the place where we are going to be hunting down for all of our Minikits. So keep in mind, I will say that there are actually very few Minikits, well, I think it's like 5 Minikits maybe, that are collected in this specific region, like within this like arcade house. And then after that, most of them are actually collected in a special bonus area, which we will access in just a moment. First and foremost though, we're going to pull that grappling hook down and attain our very first Minikit for the day. There it is, Minikit number 1 collected. I will also say that collecting studs on this level is like exceptionally easy. Like, there is an unbelievable amount of studs to be had on this level. You could make well over 1 million studs in this level relatively easily, which is pretty amazing. So, nonetheless, after taking care of the Spy Hunter vehicle, as you can see right here, we did transform into a character that can operate, or basically be able to look through walls. So, someone like, for example, the Cyberman could help you out with this. You could use Superman or any other character that has this particular ability. And then we're going to assemble this little chain link and push the button, which then allows us to go ahead and get our next little claw machine reward, which will be, of course, you know it, it will be our next Minikit. Minikit number 2 collected, and from there we will just proceed through the level as you typically would until you get to the secondary level of the coin-operated arcade. And up here, we need to destroy the glass and collect our 3rd out of 10 Minikits. By the way, this minigame right here, the one right next to Benny right now, incredible. It's so easy to win it, and if you get gold medal on that, you get so many studs. It is crazy. So definitely play that game because it is well worth getting the studs for that. Alright, so then after that, we're going to need a character that can summon in a drone, such as the Cyberman right here, or of course you could use Dr. Emmett Brown for this particular task as well. And then right here, we press the button, which activates, I guess that's supposed to be some sort of like a steaming pipe or something like that. And as it steams away, we get our Minikit components, so we just need to go ahead and assemble them. Little by little, there we go. All right, fantastic. That is Minikit number 4, now collected and added to our collection. So next up, what we need is a vehicle that can fly. So any vehicle, oh, sorry, no, prior to that, what am I talking about? I forgot. We need to actually get our 5th Minikit here. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we need laser vision. You can use plenty of characters for this particular task, so you could use anyone from the gamer guy himself who comes along in the level pack, so you could use him, or if you want you could use obviously Bad Cop or Superman and so on and so forth. So now that we have 5 Minikits, this is what we need to do, is actually summon in a vehicle that can fly. So any vehicle that can fly will work just fine for this particular task. You could even take a vehicle such as the time machine right here, the DeLorean, and actually transform it into its flying form, and that will serve the exact same purpose. So once you have your flying vehicle in hand, all you need to do is fly on up to the actual switch up here and power it up all the way And once it's been powered up all the way, you'll notice there's this weird tornado type thing that is created through, I don't even know what you would call this particular machine. It's like a weird propeller type thing. And as we hop into that tornado, it will transfer us on over to a brand new area that we have not seen before. So for this area, I did not edit anything out because I wanted to make sure that we see all of it and explore all of it and get a pretty good idea of what it has to offer. So first and foremost, there's an opportunity to collect even more studs right here. So let's go ahead and melt this down. And the gamer guy is obviously a very versatile character because he has so many different abilities thanks to his soda drinking thing. So he's got like invisibility, invincibility, super speed, super strength, and laser vision. I mean, that's a lot of abilities for one character to have, which is pretty fantastic. Now, over in this corner, right behind the very first house that we entered into, is an arcade cabinet area, which means that you can obviously use your little Midway arcade cabinet gadget and place it onto there and then get to play a whole bunch of games, which is pretty cool. So again, this is certainly a level where you get to play a bunch of different titles. So if you like those classic arcade games from Midway, you're going to have a bunch of fun with it because there are plenty, and I mean plenty of games to choose from. So the winged monkeys there got into a little bit of a brawl, but in the meantime, once again, as I was mentioning before, this is all you would have to do is actually place the arcade cabinet, hop onto it, and then make your way into the wonderful world of Joust 2. Now, I've never ever played Joust. Well, I mean, I've played it thanks to this game, but I mean, back in the day, I never played it. First of all, I wasn't alive, but second of all, I just never ever actually got around to actually playing this game. I know that there's lots of classic games that I did play, however, this was not one of them. However, I did hear a bunch of good stuff about Joust, so if you're a fan of it, you could definitely go ahead and play a bunch of it here. So, we're gonna go ahead and quit and exit on out back to our actual level here and proceed from there because we've cleared out everything that we needed to do behind this particular building. So now we will just march our way back on through here. Whoops, not fail and walk into the wall. That would be nice. So there we are. And what we're going to do here is actually assemble a little jumping platform for a vehicle.
Hey, that's a cool t-shirt you have.
So we'll take advantage of that in just a moment. And what we need for this is any vehicle. So any vehicle that can drive would work perfectly fine for this, such as the Batmobile. You knock into the winged monkey, and he will drop one of his little, I think these are supposed to be newspapers. I'm pretty sure that's what they're going for, because you do deliver them into the mailboxes, so I assume that that's exactly what they're supposed to be. So, with that being said, then we move on to the house with the blue roof right here, the second house, if you are counting right from where we've entered. And we're going to need a mage character to go ahead and empty this trash can, and oddly enough, the only trash inside of it was a keystone. Or I guess the parts for a keystone. It's kind of like odd. It's such a giant garbage can, or bin, or disposal system. Why is there only keystone pieces? But I guess there are, so no complaining. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and teleport over to the purple one first, push that down for the parts, and then what we're gonna need to do is destroy this little satellite dish up here. Now, if you basically do this correctly, it should not take this many turns where it's just dun 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 dun. It's like this is going to be full of fail. Look at this. Teleported, messed it up, still messed it up, still messed it up. I mean, come on, really? Come on. Why are you slipping on the antenna? It makes no sense, Wicked Witch. Come on, there we go. All right, so the tip that I would give you guys is that as soon as you teleport into the yellow area, don't move, just attack. Do not move your character, and then you'll be just fine. So, once you have those two parts assembled, all you need to do is teleport to the blue side and pull the lever, which will then allow you to power up this little garage. And there you go. That is going to be, obviously, your next minikit. So, we're going to teleport back into the purple side and collect that in just a moment. First, deactivate the keystone and get our 6th minikit. All right, fantastic. So, keep in mind, yes, we are still working little by little towards the minikit with the newspaper, so we'll get to that one as we go along and as we explore things, but there are plenty of other things that we have to tackle, such as our ability, or sorry, using our laser ability to melt down this gold lock. Again, you could use the gamer guy, but I was like, you know what? Let's summon in Superman and ask him to help us out. So once you have that melted, you need to switch that right there, which will then reveal these two really, really cool looking rocket shooter things. You go ahead and pilot them, and then there are going to be 15 enemies coming at you. 3 different kinds, 5 of each kind. Did that make any sense? Yeah, I think it did. And as you battle them, you will notice that your score will accumulate. So for example, as you can see right there, it said 9 out of 15, 10 out of 15, so on and so forth. And once you clear out all 15 of your foes, come here, wizards! Come here, wizards! Okay, really, dude? Come here. Come here. Come here! There we go. Okay, gotcha. And got that guy. Come on. Almost. There we go. Alright, so once you've cleared out all 15 of your foes, you'll notice that there's a minikit that has now appeared in place, and that gives us our 7th minikit, which is really, really, really cool. So, next up, over on the, I guess this is supposed to be like the last residential house in this particular area. We're going to go ahead and assemble their little Christmas light display, even though it doesn't look like it's Christmas out in this time of year. But then again, maybe it's in a warm city where there isn't snow, so it wouldn't make any sense. So we got the 2 lights assembled right there, and then in order to get to our 3rd light, we actually need to use a vehicle to get those parts unlocked to us. So there's our 3rd light. And that goes up top, and now we need a character that can repair stuff. So at first, I don't know why, I had thought that Benny had the ability to repair stuff. I mean, being a master builder and being somebody that can assemble spaceships, you'd think he'd know how to assemble a little lights display, but I guess he can't. On the bright side though, Emmett certainly can help us out, so let's go ahead and utilize him for this particular task. And there he goes, putting that whole thing together for us. Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Emmett. And now that that is all cleared out, we got another minikit, of course, so that brings us to a grand total of, what, 8, I think, right? Something like that. So we're doing pretty good here. Next up, though, boom! We need some super strength. Again, could have used Gamer Guy for this, but I chose to just pick, listen, Superman's here. Let's just ask him to help us out. And plus, at least you don't have any, like, timed challenges with Superman, because even though Gamer Guy is really, really awesome, you only have a certain amount of time to use those abilities. Like, they're all on a clock. You can't just use them as you see fit. So it's a little bit more tricky because of that. So with that in mind, we have our next little newspaper bunch collected. So we're going to go ahead and deposit that, which is great. And there are some blue studs right up here. So let's go ahead and collect those. That is very nice. Again, if you're still somehow, some way short on studs, I mean, this level is just incredibly easy to get your True Avenger, it's not True Avenger, Rule Breaker status. They come up with different names every time, so it's like I every time have to remember which game is it and which name do they have for it, so I apologize for that. Alright, so speaking of apologizing, we're going to need to apologize to this lumberjack because we haven't rescued him yet. So let's use Scooby-Doo here to dig up a few parts here. And then assemble a little log chopping machine. It's just a giant axe that will hopefully try to save this guy. It's a little bit dangerous because we don't want to swing this thing too far and turn the lumberjack into Lego pieces. The lumberjack has been rescued. After 3 different shots to the lumber, we were able to chop it up and therefore rescue our lumberjack friend. Alright, so that is another task that we can check off the list. By the way, behind this house right here with the orange rooftop and the gray house, I guess, you'll notice that there is a targeting point. Like if you use a character like Legolas or Bart Simpson or something like that, and you can get more studs collected. I wasn't that concerned about studs at this point since we have so many of them, and that's not like me bragging or anything. We just really have a lot of studs, so I wasn't too concerned about whether or not we are getting all of them, but I did want to go ahead and point that out to you. Alright, so let's put this little musical machine thing together. And that's gonna rattle off some beautiful music, which then attracts the winged monkeys. And these winged monkeys we need to take down, because as soon as we take them down, we will be able to get our 3rd and final piece for the mailboxes, which will allow us to once again get another minikit. So we're just gonna go ahead and battle them. So you can target them with either long-range attacks, or as they swoop down to attack you, you can go ahead and target them at that point as well. And then their 4th buddy arrives once you take the 3 out, and you will be able to snag your final piece of mail in order to go ahead and deliver it. Now, you might be wondering, by the way, what is up with the little wild style discovery points. We'll do that as well in just a moment. The main reason why I did not use it is because we have a flying character in the Wicked Witch, so I wasn't too concerned about it. By the way, you saw right there we did get our 9th minikit, but if we use wild style, you would have a little climbing system to allow you up there. So for example, if you don't have the Wicked Witch and you only have Gandalf, you could use wild style to help you get up there, and you would not need to use the flying abilities of the Wicked Witch. So let's tackle our final tasks right here. So we have another arcade point over in this corner, but we also have a little battery that we need to pick up. So once again, you need a flying vehicle. Same one that you used prior to power up the switch to get into this area. Should work just fine for this particular task as well. But prior to actually going to pick up the battery, make sure that you actually assemble the little system into which it's supposed to be deposited into. So my bad on that. I did kind of do this in a little bit of an odd order. Should have done them the other way around, where we assemble the depository first, and then only then went for the battery. So let's go ahead and snag the battery itself. Come here, battery. You're coming with us. You're headed over to this side. All right, let's go ahead and deposit it. And once it has been placed into its proper position, just like so, we are going to be able to press that button up there. So again, you need any character that can either disguise themselves to get past the cameras, or any character that can go invisible. There are a bunch of characters that have this ability, including Batman, Scooby-Doo, a bunch of the Ninjago characters. And once you press that button, the truck back there will reward you with your 10th and final minikit, meaning that you've collected everything once again. Speaking of collecting stuff, there are some more stuff that you can collect back there as well if you have the gyrosphere from the Jurassic World set. So you could go ahead and use that as well in order to once again increase your stud count. But as I mentioned before, I really don't see any issues in terms of being able to complete this level on rule breaker status, since there really are a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of stud opportunities throughout this whole level. Now, I know that you might be wondering to yourself, wait a minute, what about the area back there? What video game is that? Well, let's find out, shall we? So you're gonna go ahead and place the arcade cabinet onto there, and this seems like Championship Sprint, which is actually a game that you did play over in the arcade. As you made your way through this level, we did play this game prior to this, so it is kind of cool. I mean, it has to be, right? Unless if this is just a... Was the other one called Sprint, and then this one is Championship Sprint? So maybe that's what makes them different? I'm not too sure. But it's pretty much the exact same game as far as I can tell. But again, I wasn't a huge fan of these games because I did not grow up at that time, so I don't necessarily know whether or not these are new. So, with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, from here on out, you have all of your items already collected, which of course means that you can now proceed through the level and be successful in that particular sense. Go ahead and press exit and save and exit if you'd like to just complete the level right there and then, just like I did, retro wreckage, or you could make your way all the way through the level and finish it just like you would in any other scenario. So we have our rule breaker status from previous occasions, so we are not concerned about that. There is our rescued character, the lumberjack, and let's see what our 10 minikits will assemble into, because I have no idea. Again, I always turn away from the screen to not know what this is going to be. What is this? What? Oh, this has got to be the joust chicken things, right? Yeah, all right. Whoa, we got a bunch of purple studs this time. I think that's because we completed all the minikits, so that's pretty sweet indeed. Ladies and gents, as always, drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch you guys next time with some Lego brick adventures. As always, guys, have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you guys later. Alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.